Did you hear? I made it. I got selected to be an SEA agent.
Wow, that's awesome.
Have you heard back yet?
No, I think I'm done here.
Oh, Carl.
No, it's okay. I gave him my all. You know, sometimes things don't work out.
All right, Carl. Well, you did a great job. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks.
What are you doing?
My dream is to be a CEA agent, and I'm not leaving this box until you tell me I can.
CEA? It's SEA. It's on your sweater, man.
Oh yeah, I just figured because like the sea and like the ocean.
That's ridiculous. Are you crazy?
Yeah, maybe, but you need to know that I'll do whatever it takes to be part of Mission Deep Blue.
You're standing in a box of killer jellyfish. They're gonna kill you.
Wait, these things can kill you?
Of course. Carl, you are insane, but that took courage. And courageous people are who we need on our team. So congratulations. You're now an SEA agent.
Are you serious? This is great. Can I give you a hug?
Absolutely not. No, please don't.
Thank you, Mr. Seahorse.
You're welcome. Now stop hugging me.
Yes, sir.
All right, now go out there. We got a lot of people to help.
Yes, sir. I sure am excited to be a CEA agent.
SEA.
Right.
Jellyfish.
Good morning.
Welcome
Sea
back.
Agents. Day 4
Day
is here.
4, the last day.
I'm so sad.
Tears. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but it's an awesome experience with y'all, and you've done some awesome work, and we've seen some awesome things. And today, it all kind of comes together with our last story about Peter and Jesus and fish and the deep blue sea called the Sea of Galilee. So, right now though, what are we going to do next?
We're going to sing some songs, do some dances, and we're going to worship.
All right, let's do that.
In your direction, not knowing where it will lead, but never once have I been second guessing. I'll go wherever you lead. I'll follow you wherever you take me. My life is in your hands. Yeah, your love for me will always be bigger than I could ever understand. So I'm gonna walk right beside you. You're never gonna let me down. If I get lost, I know you'll guide me. You never let go, you're always around. I put my trust in you, Jesus. Your word is the truth, I obey. You rose again, dead defeated. So I listen when you tell me to walk this way. Lifting my eyes in your direction. Your love is what I see. I give my heart and my affection. I want them to see you through me. I know there's a life that will be struggles, with trials and some pain. Yeah, but through the storm you are always beside me. Forever you will stay. So I'm gonna walk right beside you. You're never gonna let me down. If I get lost, this I know. Take my heart, never let it go. I know I can follow you. Yeah, I know I can follow you.
Come on, break it down now.
I'm spending time with you. I'm bringing my whole crew. Hands up everywhere, wave 'em in the air like we just don't care. Yeah, I'm giving up control. Hands up, I'm letting go. I want more of you, so let's go deeper. All I gotta do is follow you.
Hey,
All I gotta do is follow you.
hey,
All I gotta do is follow you.
hey.
All I gotta do is follow you.
1, 2, 3, come on now.
Come along with me, come along with me, come along with me as we go deep, as we go deep, as we go deep, as we go deep. Come along with me,
Come along with me, come along with me.
come
Hey,
along with me as we go deep,
as we go, as we go, as we go deep.
You love me, this I know.
This I know.
You take my heart, never let it go. You keep holding on. So all I gotta do is follow you.
All I gotta do, all I gotta do.
is follow you. Oh yeah, I'm in it now. It's going down. Search around, look what I found. We going deep, deep, deep. There's nothing wider. There's nothing deeper. No, I just want you. Let you take control.
Hey, let's go deeper. Take a second, cause we all need Jesus. You ain't alone, man, we all got a reason to call on him in all different seasons. It's hard to find someone you can really trust. Harder to find someone with unconditional love. It's a 2-in-1 with our Father from up above. So we don't gotta worry, he will always be enough. Hey.
Is follow you. All we gotta do is follow you. All we gotta do is follow you. All we gotta do is follow you. 1, 2, 3, come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me as we go deep.
As we go, as we go, as we go.
Come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me as we go deep. As we go deep. As we go deep. As we go deep. You love me, this I know. You take my heart, never let it go. You keep holding on. So all I gotta do is follow you.
All I gotta do, all I gotta do, all I gotta do. Hey.
Awesome songs.
Good dance
awesome
moves.
dancing. Hey, so today's story.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's another Peter story.
Yep.
Peter was quite the character.
He was. Jesus used him in so many ways.
And yet Peter himself was kind of,
Not the best.
no. He put his foot in his mouth a lot, which means he said things he shouldn't have said.
Maybe that was his hidden talent.
Well, maybe being impulsive, it was his hidden talent. Just gonna do it, and then thinking later. But we see that happen today. He's gonna meet Jesus after the resurrection, and we're gonna interview him and talk about what that all means and what Jesus did for everybody and how it changed Peter's life forever, and it can change yours as well. So, I think next though we're gonna let's see. We've got a game. We've got
craft.
this craft. We've got stories. We've got music. Yeah. Pretty good stuff.
Sounds
right?
like a full packed day.
Yeah. So let's get on with it.
The Miracle of Mercy, Peter. This is Peter.
Hey-oh! Whoop!
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus, and he heard all of his teachings. When the time came for Jesus to die and take away the sins of all the world, Jesus had one final meal with his friends. During this meal, Jesus told his followers that the time had come for him to leave them.
Huh?
Peter asked, "Where are you going?" Jesus told him Peter couldn't follow him now,
What?
but that he would follow him later.
Wait a second.
But Peter said, "Why can't I come now?" I'm ready to die for you." Jesus said, "Die for me? Peter, before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even knew me." Then Jesus and his disciples went to the Mount of Olives so Jesus could pray. Along the way, Jesus told his followers that they would all abandon him. But Peter said, "Even if everyone else leaves you, I never will." Jesus said, "Peter, this very night, before the rooster crows, you will deny 3 times that you even know me." But Peter wouldn't believe it and vowed that he would stay with Jesus until the very end. The other disciples vowed the same. Later on that night, Jesus was arrested by men sent by the religious teachers and priests. Peter tried to fight for Jesus, and he cut off the ear of one of the guards. But Jesus healed the guard and went quietly with the captors. All the disciples scattered just as Jesus told them they would. The men led Jesus away to the house of the high priest. Peter and another disciple followed them. Peter came to warm himself by their fire. A servant girl noticed him in the firelight. Finally, she said, "This man was one of Jesus' followers." But Peter denied it for the first time. He said, "I don't even know him." After a while, someone else looked at him and said, "You must be one of them." Peter, for a second time, said, "No, I'm not."
Okay.
About an hour later, a man who knew the man whose ear Peter cut off said, "Didn't I see you in the olive grove with Jesus? This must be one of them. He comes from the same place as all of them."
Yeah, you're right.
But Peter said,
No.
"I don't know what you're talking about." And then Peter heard the crow of the rooster. Jesus turned and looked at Peter. Jesus' words flashed through his mind, and Peter left the courtyard weeping. Then Jesus died and was placed in a tomb. The disciples heard that he had come back from the dead. Peter even saw the empty tomb and believed that Jesus was alive again.
Woo-hoo!
And Jesus appeared to the disciples to show him that he was alive. Some of Jesus' followers were together when Peter said, "I am going fishing."
Okay.
So they all went out to the sea, but caught nothing all night. At dawn, they saw a man standing on the beach.
Oh, hey, over here.
The man called out to them and said, "Have you caught any fish?"
Nope.
The man said, "Throw out your net on the right side and you'll get some."
Okay.
So they did, and they couldn't bring in the net because there were so many fish in it. Then one of the men on the boat said to Peter, "It's Jesus." When Peter heard that it was Jesus, he swam to the shore while the others pulled in the load to the boat. When they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them.
I miss a fish. Got it.
Jesus said, "Come have some breakfast." While they were eating, Jesus asked Peter, "Do you love me?" Peter said, "Yes, you know I love you." So Jesus said, "Then feed my lambs." Then Jesus asked again, "Do you love me?" Peter said again, "Yes, you know I love you." And Jesus said, "Then take care of my sheep." And then a third time, Jesus asked Peter, "Do you love me?" Peter was hurt that Jesus asked the question a third time, so he said, "You know everything. You know that I love you." So Jesus said one last time, "Then feed my sheep." And so Peter went on to feed Jesus' sheep by helping establish the church and by writing books that we can now read in the Bible. And though he denied Jesus, he was forgiven, and many came to know the love and forgiveness of Jesus through Peter.
Thank you, Nancy. This is Epaphroditus with GOD News. Tonight we are here with Peter. We've heard there's some miraculous things going on. It's been 3 years since I've seen you.
But man, what a 3 years.
Yeah, you look great. What is your skincare routine?
Well, it's a Mediterranean diet, of course. Lots of fish oil.
Do you rub the fish on? Do the
fish
scales
and
exfoliate?
No, I eat the fish and the oil comes oozing out my pores.
That sounds disgusting.
Well, anyway.
But back to the matter. There's some pretty miraculous things happening.
Of course. Lots of miraculous things, Epi. I mean, man, it is just incredible up here. So, yes, just last night. Well, actually, yesterday in the morning, after an entire night of fishing, we caught nothing. I was up here with my 6 other bros, you know, some of the disciples of Jesus, and kind of didn't know what else to do but to go fish, because that's what I know. And so we came out here and fished all night. Nothing. Then all of a sudden, we hear this voice at dawn from the shoreline saying, "Hey, children, have you caught anything?" It's like, no, we hadn't caught anything. He goes, "Then throw the net to the other side of the boat." And we're going like, I've heard that one before. And John looks at me and goes like, "Hey, dude, I think that might be Jesus." And we're like, "What?"
I do remember that news story.
Yeah, well,
years ago. It was quite similar, wasn't it?
It was similar. But then this time it's after so many things have gone on, Epaphroditus. I mean, so much. And I feel so bad about a lot of the stuff I did along the way. So what happened is we threw the nets in, caught a huge 153 fish. 153 at once. And I knew right away it was Jesus. And I jumped out of the boat and swam as quick as I could to the shoreline to meet him. And there he was. He had fish already by the seashore with a fire going, and we were just like, whoa. And we sit down and eat. And man, all I can think of is, do you know what was going on in Jerusalem just like 30 days ago?
Well, so it sounds like you were amazed that Jesus was there. Weren't you hanging out with him?
Well, yeah, I was. And I told him, because we went into Jerusalem, it was the Passover time, we were celebrating everything, we thought he was going to be the king, he was going to be in charge of everything. And I told him no matter what, I was going to never leave him. I was going to protect him. I was going to be his number one man. And he looked at me and said, sorry, Peter, tonight you're going to deny me 3 times.
Well, is that what happened?
Yeah, it did. It happened. So he got arrested and he was put on trial. They said he was blaspheming God, his Father, and they couldn't believe it. And so I was trying to get in on that trial, and I was outside warming my hands at a fire, and they could hear my accent. I'm from Galilee. You could probably tell by my accent. It's a Galilean accent.
You're quite Southern man.
Yeah, Southern Galilean. And so anyway, so this little girl comes up to me and says, "Hey, I could tell you're one of them. You're one of his disciples." And I said, no way I'm not. Number one. She comes back about 5 minutes later and goes, "I know by your accent. You happen to be from Galilee, and you must be one of his..." And I said, no, and I blankety-blanked no at her. Then all of a sudden, the 3rd time, the same thing, and I blankety-blanking all over the place. And then all of a sudden, the cock crows, the rooster crows. And I remember Jesus said that's exactly what I was going to do. And I ran away, and I felt so bad. And then Jesus, he not only was betrayed by me, all of the disciples fled from him. Not only that, but he gets beaten and he gets tortured, and they yell for his crucifixion on a cross, and he's hanging on a cross, and I can't even show up to the cross. And he dies. dies. And all our dreams died, and everything we thought died, and we didn't know what to do. So some of the women came and got his body and put it in a tomb. And then we waited. We huddled together in a room, and scared to daylight that the Sanhedrin and other authorities would come and capture us. Finally, on the third day, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb. She said the body was gone.
Well, do you believe her?
Well, I didn't believe her at first, and so me and John, we went running to the tomb. I go inside the tomb, and I see it. The body's gone, but the cloth around the body was just laying there, just like perfect, like nobody took the body. Something else happened. And then later that night, he comes and sees us. And we know he's alive. He rose from the dead. And he explained that's exactly why he came. And so then, after all of that, I'm still feeling so bad because you know what I did.
Yeah.
I left him. So we're up by the Sea of Galilee here. We're fishing. We catch nothing. I don't know what to do. And Jesus comes, and you know what he does? After that miraculous catch of fish, after we're eating fish, he looks at me, and he says, Simon, do you love me? And it's like, well, of course I do. You did everything for me. You died for my sins. You went to the cross. And you still love me and you still want me? I couldn't believe it. He not did it once, he did it 2 times. He did it 3 times. 3 times. For the 3 times I denied him, he says 3 times he wants me to follow. Well, that's all what we call grace. That I can't be saved by what I did. You can't be saved by what you did, bud. You know, I've done bad stuff. If I was trying to get to eternal life by what I do, I'm toast. I'm sardines. I'm garbage. I'm not there. But because it's all about him, I can follow him. I believe in him, and I have eternal life, and so can you. Isn't that an amazing story?
That is amazing. Does that apply to all of us?
Yes! I think it's by grace we are saved through faith. It's a gift of God, not something I do. I can't boast about myself. And God has given me that faith, and he can give it to you too. So, yes, another deep blue, deep sea, amazing adventure with Jesus. And he's going to be with us forever.
Well, you heard it straight from the camel's mouth.
I'm a camel.
These are amazing things happening. Please don't interrupt me, Peter. I'm famous. You're not.
Oh, okay. Okay, Epi.
This is Epaphroditus, logging off, GOD News. Good night, America.
You know what, Hunter? I never realized Peter was from the south.
I didn't know that either.
Southern Galilee, you know? But man, he sure had an accent.
The old Mediterranean redneck.
Yeah, that's about right. But man, like you said, his skin looked good.
It did. And
it did. And his hair. You can't get much better hair than that.
Absolutely.
So, but you know, I think, kids, that the amazing thing about Peter's life is you can see all the mistakes, all the dumb things, all the bad things he did. How he said the wrong things, how he had no courage. What else? How
he denied Jesus.
Yeah.
He said he didn't know Jesus when very clearly
he did. He lied. And yet, in the end, it comes back to grace. This wonderful Bible passage again, because it was by grace Jesus called him that first day we talked about. It was by grace that Peter walked on water just for a few steps. It was by grace Peter got saved by Jesus from drowning that day.
Yeah.
Then it was by grace that he's in the kingdom of God. And then it's by grace Jesus forgives him and reinstates him. Yeah, grace, 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 grace. And now he ended up the rest of his life in the book of Acts. This is what he does. He is God's workmanship, and he was created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand. And you can read all those stories, kids, in the book of Acts, what he all did.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing.
It's mind-blowing.
It's mind-blowing. We can't stress enough this understanding, or what this means. That little word grace changes the entire world. And hopefully will change your life forever because of Jesus.
Yeah.
All right.
Go Fish. How to play. The object of the game is to collect the most 4-of-a-kinds. Setup. Shuffle a standard deck of playing cards and deal 5 cards to each player. Players look at their cards but do not show them to others. Pick a player to go first, then play proceeds clockwise. On your turn, you ask one other player for any card rank. For example, Bob, do you have any 3s? The asked player must give you all the cards matching the rank from their hand. Then you get to take another turn. If the asked player doesn't have any of the asked cards in their hand, they say, Go Fish. You then must draw one card from the top of the deck. If you draw the card you had just asked for, show it and take another turn. Otherwise, end your turn. Whenever a player gets all 4 cards of the same rank, a 4-of-a-kind, they immediately remove those cards from their hand and place them grouped together face up in front of themselves. Whenever a player runs out of cards in their hand, they immediately draw 5 new cards from the deck. When the deck runs out of cards, play continues until every card in every player's hand is gone. The game is now over. Each player receives 1 point for each 4-of-a-kind match they have in front of them. The player with the most points wins.
Guys, welcome to the 4th day of VBS crafts. It is a mosaic aquarium that we're gonna make. What you need for it is your silhouettes of ocean animals, your printer paper, your giant black piece of paper, and then you're gonna need your tissue paper that comes in 3 different types of blues. Okay, to get started with this, you want to put your printer paper in the middle of your giant black piece of paper, and you're gonna try to even out the edges so that they're thinner. So you're gonna cut around them to thin out the edges of the black piece of paper. So you're gonna start doing that by getting a pencil, a color pencil that you can see on black construction paper or something like that, and then you're gonna trace out where you want to cut to make the frame thinner for the printer paper. If you do need a ruler or something like that to have a flat, straight edge, that's fine too, but I'm just gonna hand do it and see how good my straight line is. So my frame is done what I want, how thick I want the frame to be. So I'm gonna cut that out. Of course you do want parent supervision or someone around just in case, because you're gonna be doing it with scissors. So let's cut out the lines that we just put down for the frame, and let's cut that out. You can always now take away the printer paper because you don't need it right now. You'll put it back in the middle when you cut it out. Get our glue stick and we'll glue the back of the printer paper when it's in the middle or where we want it to be. I got my little aquarium, frame right now. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get our tissue paper, and you'll probably have it in links like I'm gonna cut out. So let's cut out a link and then I'll show you what to do with yours. Okay, so we have this. Now we're just gonna fold it across like this. and then we're just gonna fold it down. And then keep folding it down until you like the size it's at. Of course, your squares are gonna be different size and they're not gonna look perfect, but you're just putting it on your aquarium scene as the water. And then you're gonna cut across when you folded it down this length. Or you can just cut out the squares, whatever you wanna do. This way, at least, I can just cut across and then I'll cut. So like, it's folded on both sides, so I'll cut this side to unravel this side. And then I'll do that on the other side. So then I'll have a bunch of little squares. If you don't want to do it that way, you don't have to. You can always just like cut out squares like a normal person. And I'm just gonna do that on these two. You will need to do it for the other two, but I'm just showing you it once, where you just fold it down to the size you want of the square, then you cut it 3 times in the rectangle, and then you'll cut it in the areas where it's creased like this. So then you have a square. So when you are done cutting out all your squares you want, you're just gonna start gluing the back of them with your glue. I feel like gluing the place on your printer paper where you want it would be better instead of gluing the tissue paper like I just did. So let's try that instead. Glue the printer paper where you want the square and then put it down right there. And you'll do this until you fill up most of the aquarium or whatever you want, up to your liking, up to your creative mind, whatever you want. Go outside of the box or inside, keep it inside, do what you want. Use multiple colors, just use one color. It's your aquarium. You are going to get your silhouettes of your ocean animals, and you are going to cut out the ones you want. So I am done cutting out my silhouette of the sea turtle. I'm going to glue it on. If, of course, you are not done with your silhouettes or cutting them out, you can pause the video and you just relax for a while, just cutting out silhouettes of ocean animals, whatever you want to do. I'm just here to show you what to do, and then you can take it any way you want. So now, I have gotten my aquarium done, where I just wanted one turtle on mine. And that is fine. And this is my aquarium. Yours will look a lot different than this. And I hope you liked this video. But that's it. That was our 4th craft.
We've had an awesome day 4.
It's been fun, crafts,
Right.
games,
Yep.
songs,
Yep.
lessons,
Yep.
Jesus,
Yep.
Peter,
Yep.
fish,
Yep.
nets.
Yep. What more do you want?
Probably nothing.
You know what? I want one more song.
Yeah.
One more song.
One more song.
Let's do it, kids.
You love me, this I know. Take my heart, never let it go. I know I can follow you. Yeah, I know I can follow you. Come on, break it down now. I'm spending time with you. I'm bringing my
1, 2, 3, come on now.
Come along with me, come along with me, come along with me as we go deep, as we go deep, as we go deep, as we go deep. Come along with me,
Come along with me, come along with me.
come along
Hey,
with me as we go deep,
as we go, as we go, as we go deep.
You love me, this I know.
This I know.
You take my heart, never let it go. You keep holding on, so all I gotta do is follow you.
All I gotta do, all I gotta do.
Is follow you. Oh yeah, I'm in it now. It's going down. Search around, look what I found. We going deep, deep, deep. There's nothing wider, there's nothing deeper. No, I just want you, let you take control.
Hey, let's go deeper. Take a second, cause we all need Jesus. You ain't alone, man, we all got a reason to call on him in all different seasons. It's hard to find someone you can really trust, harder to find someone with unconditional love. It's a 2-in-1 with our Father from up above, so we don't gotta worry, he will always be enough. Hey.
Is follow you. All we gotta do is follow you. All we gotta do is follow you. All we gotta do is follow you. 1, 2, 3, come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me as we go deep. As we go deep. As we go deep. As we go deep. Come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me. Come along with me as we go deep. As we go deep. As we go deep. As we go deep. You love me, this I know.
I know.
You take my heart, never let it go. You keep holding on, so all I gotta do is
Follow you.
All
I gotta do, all I gotta do, all I gotta do. Hey.
Man, Hunter, thank you so much. It's been a great, great virtual Bible school this year. Different than what we've ever done, but still, I think a good time.
Yeah, I think so too. I know I've had fun
Right.
learning about Peter and Jesus and
Yeah, and just everything that we've done has just been awesome.
Yeah.
So kids, keep on going, man. And now put it into practice, like we said. We want them to do something nice for their parents, their grandparents, their brother, sister, neighbor, something. Videotape, show it to us. We'll put it on for Sunday morning so we can have that video montage of great things that you've done. But thanks for being with us for these 4 days. Hope the rest of your summer is awesome. Yeah. And we hope to see you around. Let us know any way we can serve you or your family. Sound good?
sounds great.
Great. Bye, kids.